Hello, thank you for your interest in serving on the camera crew for Pleasant Valley. What you do as a camera op is super important to our weekend services and the feel and the atmosphere, the intimacy that we try to create in the room for all those who are attending. Not only for those in the room, but then we send that message out to other parts of the building and really throughout the world. Through our web stream, we have hundreds of people who listen to our podcast every week. So thank you for the role you play in that. I wanted to give just a quick overview of what some of the real requirements, what's your job, what's not when you're on the camera. Before we jump into the controls and logistics, what is the primary responsibility of the camera operator? First and foremost, in its simplest form, it's to amplify what is going on the stage and put that in video. So if the pastor is speaking, obviously we video the pastor. If the band is playing and singing, we video what draws us in. That's what we want to shoot. We are not equal opportunity shooters. So we don't give every person on the stage equal time. We give time and we shoot what is drawing us into worship, what fits the mood, what fits the feel, what's going on in the music is what we want to shoot. Having said that, the best place to start is, as a camera op coming in on the weekend, you need to know the music. All the music is laid out in our scheduling software, Planning Center Online. So you can get on there, you can listen to the music, and by the time you get there on Saturday, you will know what's going to be going on in that service. If you need help with that, feel free to reach out to me or Vicki. We'll be happy to assist you. Next thing is, as a camera op, showing up for rehearsal is a big deal. Saturdays, we start at 4 o'clock. Camera ops should be here by around 4:30. Typically, the first 15 or 20 minutes are reserved kind of for the band to get all their in-ears set, get them up and rolling, make sure all their instruments work. And so camera ops kind of here by 4:30. That'll be a great time. Get here, get your equipment on, and be ready to get rolling. Having said that, what do you do during that rehearsal? And what's the next part of your job? It is up to you as the camera operator who is sitting in this room to decide, this is what is leading me in worship right now. What we're shooting on the stage is what is visually interesting. Right? What that means is we want to shoot the things that are drawing us into worship. If perchance we have a person who is over on the side playing the double bass, bassoon, contra, xylophone, and they look very sad and depressed about worshiping Jesus, we're probably not going to take them playing that. On the other hand, if we have a guitar player who is playing and singing along with the words and you can tell that they're worshiping as they play, we'll take that all the time. We'll take singers all the time. The more they are excited about worshiping Jesus, the more we want to show the congregation this is how it could look when we're modeling. This is the way to do it. It is up to the camera op to kind of feel that out in the room and choose what is pulling you in. So when you're choosing your shots, think about, is this drawing me into worship? The other thing is we need to hit what is happening. We have a lot of band breaks, and so when the band singer stops singing and the band takes that's an opportunity for the congregation to stop and reflect on what they just heard. However, for the video directors and for the band, we need to represent what is happening. So a lot of times you'll hear the producer or the video director say there is a band break coming up. It's piano, electric guitar, and drums. You should choose, based on what you worked out in rehearsal with the video director, you should choose one of those shots that's coming up. And we always kind of have a fallback shot, like the leader or a wide shot to kind of fall back on. But when those breaks are coming up, you should choose one of those to give your video director options. That kind of leads us to the working with the video director during the rehearsal to say, here are the shots I can shoot. So this will be my one shot. Let's say if you're camera one, your one shot is the vocal leader. Your two shot is the vocal harmony part, the second leader. And then your three shot is a shot of the electric guitar, let's say, for example. What that means is you would take your one shot, your two shot, your one shot, your three shot, your one shot, your one shot, your one shot, your two shot, your one shot, your three shot, your one shot, maybe a four shot, one shot. What is your one shot? It's kind of your go-to. It's your fallback. It is what you give the director if you have nothing else. So working that out in rehearsal with the director is really important. Listening to the video director and the producer during the service is also really important. They will be the ones who is kind of reminding you, okay, we have this coming up, we have this coming up. There's a guitar solo coming up, or we're coming back out to the leader, or we're transitioning to the pastor, or we're transitioning to the host. All those things will be coming from the video director and the producer. And then last, camera shots should match the feel of the room. If we're doing a super upbeat song, you cannot do a static wide shot. You have to match the feel of your camera to the feel of what's happening in the room. So if we're doing a super fast upbeat song and the director is calling super fast cuts, your shots should have some movement on them. On the other hand, if we're doing a super slow song right before communion, you don't want to have a super fast zoom and crank it off to the left and push it to the right and zoom it way in, zoom it way out, all in the same shot. So you have to match the feel of what you're shooting with what's happening in the room. Those are the primary jobs of the camera op. Let's talk real quick about a couple of don'ts. Don't try to be the director from the camera chair. It is not necessarily your job to say, ooh, I'm going to take this in slow, I'm going to push it off my screen, and I'm going to rack it. That is not your job. If the director calls for that, then you should execute it. But what will happen is you'll start executing that, the director won't be ready for it, and you'll leave him stuck. So you're all of a sudden off the screen and out of focus, and he hadn't transitioned to anything else. So don't try to direct from the camera chair. Second, don't leave your comm open and talk. Camera ops are listeners. You're executing the producers and the video director's visions. You do not need to talk unless you have equipment failure. If the video director asks you a question and you are not live, the way you would respond is you would shake your camera. For a yes, you would shake it up and down like you're nodding your head. For a no, you would shake it left and right like you're saying no. Camera ops are not seen and not heard. So those are your two don'ts. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via email. Thank you.